actually help people, after you've actively listened to them and you've connected to their story, more times than not, they're going to invite you in to ask for help. A lot of times this can be physical needs or even emotional needs, but ultimately we want to engage their spiritual need because that's at the root of everything.
It is at the root of everything. But getting to the spiritual thing, sometimes you have to be careful in how you're talking with people and how you approach people. Right. And so helping a lot of times really does look like meeting physical needs first. Because if we care about spiritual needs and neglect other needs that we see, whether it's a community need or a need for emotional connection or something like that, they may not even hear it. Right. They may not even hear what we're trying to say.
All we're looking for is an open door to come in and just be with them in their struggles.
Yeah, and it's what Jesus did.
Right.
Most of the time you saw him meeting a physical need first, right? Whether it was bringing healing, helping someone feel like they mattered or that they belonged to him. Like I can think of Matthew, the tax collector, right? He was put off by society, but Jesus accepted him first, brought him into his life.
So let's go meet some needs.
Yeah.
Proximity is a huge thing, right? So when Jesus gives us a famous parable of the Good Samaritan, the way in which he articulates the responsibility of moral action is that you have this man, he comes down, he's beaten, he's laying on the side of the road, and then you got this priest who has proximity to this man. He sees him. He knows this man has been injured, right? It's his proximity to this man that actually sort of brings to bear the moral responsibility to act, okay? Then you have another guy, a Levite, who comes, he has the same responsibility, he just passes right by. But then you had a Samaritan who, although he may not have thought of himself as having a kind of a communal responsibility, this is a person that had of a different ethnicity, of even a different religion, right? And yet he sees a fellow image bearer within his proximity. He knows this person is suffering, and he lays hold of his responsibility to care for this person. So I think proximity is a huge thing. We've got to be careful that we address the suffering all around us, within our families, within our neighborhoods, within our city. That suffering is important for us to address.
So as we listen, connect, and help, ultimately, we want to meet spiritual needs of people all around us. Over the next few videos, we'll learn how to address spiritual needs by sharing God's big story, the story of everything.